everybody to the ASC Weekly Mini Tournament. We've got a tied series. 6 Jacks Vibe spawning as the Green Zerg. Close by air position, Complexity's Cruncher spawning as the Orange Protoss. I'm Tumba. Co-casting with me this evening is Varapsack. Varap, here we are, best of 3 in the ace match. How much more exciting could this possibly be?
Yeah, we're definitely getting our metaphorical money's worth with this one. Already going to the third match in the best of 3 here. If we do that one more time and then go to 5 in the finals, that's as many games as possible, man.
That's like 8 games, if my math is correct. So as I was saying, Prepaid Legal, our main sponsor. Please check them out, ASCWeekly.com. You may ask, what is ASC Weekly? Well, ASC Weekly is a little website we put together to provide everyday gamers with the pro gaming experience of a tournament. So whether you're a bronze player or a grandmaster, you can come out and play. Complexity Gaming's RSVP and Rise have competed previously. Sagacity has many members. Sagacity's Shake, actually winning 3 tournaments in a row. Monday is Bronze and Silver League. Tuesday, we've got Gold and Platinum. Thursday, Diamond. Wednesday, Diamond. Thursday is Masters Grandmasters.
Yep. There's a slot for everybody, and they're ranked, or they're tiered by skill levels, so you always find someone relatively near you. So if you're bronze, you're not playing against a master level player every single round like those Zeke tournaments where nobody shows up anyway. It's a good time. Everyone seems to have fun, and there's a great community there too. Everyone seems to go out with a new friend, assuming they do a little bit more interaction than show up, play a game, leave.
Absolutely.
Cruncher gonna toss down his Forge first and then a Gateway before getting down his Nexus this time. A little bit smaller map, so he wants to be just a little bit more safe, and he sees the Zerglings are out, but the Zerglings, for whatever reason, are gonna completely ignore the probe, and it looks like that was because Vibe knew he could sneak his drone down there, get the hatchery down before Cruncher could block it in any way. So Vibe pretty much in a happy spot where he wants to be. Cruncher gonna have to finish this wall off with that second Gateway up there. And wow, just now throwing down his Nexus. Kind of late, but it works. He's gonna get a cannon up and he's gonna be okay. Zergling's trying to nibble at this Gateway, but they're gonna be forced off by the completion of that cannon. Nothing killed by either side just yet. 0-0 all over the board. So here we go, 2 bases each for free, and then the game can start properly, right?
Absolutely. I'll be interested to see if Cruncher implores some DT play. We've seen a lot of air first from Protoss, a lot of DT expand as well. Of course, with Forge Fast expand, you want to get your wall off up first, get your DTs out to gain a little map control, sometimes catching your Zerg opponent off guard and getting a few key drone kills early.
Yeah, always good to prevent that Zerg economy from roaring, but in this case, looks like we have Vibe throwing down a 3rd hatchery before his 2nd one is even completed, and he wants to make sure there's no crazy probes sneaking around the map, but that Zergling's rally path going to take it just away from that probe. But it looks like Vibe was looking at his mini-map. He saw that probe on the very corner right there. I was watching his vision. He's going to be able to chase it out, but not before Cruncher sees that there's a 3rd base going down for his opponent, so he's going to have to try come up with something to punish that, and he's probably going to feel a little bit safer about skimping on these cannons early, just putting up a 2nd one for safety.
Yeah, and it is vital to get the correct amount of cannons down. You have to worry about early Ling Roach aggression. You have to also worry about Baneling busts, so you want to have a couple of cannons down plus some sentries ready just in case you need to force field your ramp. Yeah,
Protoss, a common misconception at the lower levels at least is that a Protoss player is not Baneling bustable, especially when they have a big wall off like this, but Gateways have 500 hit points. That's actually 500 total, less than a Barracks has, which means it's even easier for a Baneling to bust up that, but you get force fields, so as long as you're paying attention, as long as you're on top of it, you keep them away, but it's not like a passive anti-Baneling bust ability that Protoss have cast on them by the game by default. You actually have to be on top of it there. And we do have a Stargate down for Cruncher.
So I expect to see a Void Ray, and there it is. Void Ray making. Now with this particular build, the whole point of this is to get to the Zerg's 3rd as fast as possible with that Void Ray and deny that 3rd. You don't want to let the Zerg get his economy roaring, as Varapsack would say. You want to be able to go ahead, slow him down, gain a little control of the map. You can add some Phoenix, or you can choose to get that Protoss Death Ball and roll your Void Race back into that. I'll be interested to see just how this works out for Cruncher. Also, airplay, not necessarily something you have to hide. Obviously, it's always better if you do, but if it's discovered, you don't have to go with the old cancel, much like you do with the Dark Shrine.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes the best thing as a Protoss player going air is to show it to your opponent and make them overreact. Of course, for players like Vibe, it's less likely that they will overreact to something like that and go for crazy 17 Spore Crawlers at every base or something ridiculous like that. But sometimes, against other players, you can get away with that kind of thing and make it happen. Vibe does have an Evolution Chamber, though, so as soon as he sees the number of Void Rays and other air units that come out, he can prepare with some sort of anti-air, and it looks like Cruncher's going to take the long way around. If you look at the path they're going to take, there's nothing that Vibe has that is going to see them.
Right, and it is 2 Void Rays and a Phoenix making now, so this should be very interesting. He does have a lot of air superiority, obviously. It does take a little bit of time for the Zerg to get their anti-air up. They did get a buff to their Spore Crawler reroute.
Yep, and he does have some Spore Crawlers making. Looks like he has one of them making, and I think it's down at the 3rd as well. And it looks like Cruncher did not, in fact, run past any Overlords on the way. Its Void Rays have 0 kills, so Vibe just making sure he's extra safe at his 3rd, making sure he has the detection and the anti-air. He sees the Phoenix there. Cruncher sees that there's a Spore Crawler there, and what is Cruncher going to do? He's going to skip that base for now.
Yeah, now he's just going to look to do as much damage as humanly possible here. Maybe get some drone kills. There is a second Spore Crawler now going up, trying to find an angle to attack. Wants to go ahead and take out this Spore Crawler. Queen doing work now. Does get the grab lift.
A lot of extra damage too. So one of the Spore Crawlers is demolished, but a Queen goes down as well, and now Cruncher has pretty much free reign over this. There's only 1 Spore Crawler there.
Yep,
a second one
Vibe
trying to morph in, but two charged Void Rays more than enough to take that out.
Vibe definitely concerned about this, getting 2 Queens over to try to deal with this as fast as humanly possible. Phoenix count up to 3 now, though. So,
8 Hydralisks are on the field, so Vibe definitely going for that Hydralisk counter to this. But are they going to be in time? I think he's going to lose the 3rd. He's going to lose that 3rd, and he may lose these 2 Queens as well, but no, they're going to survive. One of them with very few hit points, then they both get picked up. Just lured out of range of that Spore Crawler. Very nice play by Cruncher right there. If you look at the mineral count right now, Vibe unable to spend a lot of his minerals, getting supply block now as well. Cruncher floating up to 1,000 on his side as well, but he's transitioning into Colossi because he knows that those Hydras are coming out, and what's better than Colossi against Hydralisks?
right, it's very MC-esque, this build, obviously popularized a lot in MLG Columbus. It forces the Zerg to go Hydra, which means you can get your Colossus out. Colossus, a great unit versus Hydralisk, and surprisingly enough, Phoenix, also in good numbers, very good versus Hydralisk. You have to have phenomenal control. At this skill level, though, you will see players grab lift some of those Hydralisks from time to time.
And the Void Ray just barely escapes. Really, really nice control by Cruncher, always managing to just save his units at the last second. Doing as much damage as he can. Vibe still supply blocked right now, trying to get some Overlords out, but losing a lot of them as they pop out to these Phoenixes and Void Rays, losing a couple of extra drones here. And Cruncher just being really good about keeping up and harassing with these units, getting a lot of Overlord kills, but the speed is up for the Overlords. They are going to be able to outrun the Void Ray a little bit better. But one last one, looks like it may get picked off. No, Cruncher's just going to leave it alone, head back home. And now, Cruncher's in a really good position. Vibe trying to take these two bases here and get himself back to a comfortable position. 17 drones at a time.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And essentially what you want to do with that is just deny the third. But man, Cruncher did so much more than that. Not only did he deny the third, but he was getting kills left and right, just harassing, throwing Vibe off his game, supply blocking him. Worth its weight in gold, that Stargate opening was for Cruncher.
Yep. Now he's gonna take a third of his own down here, easily defensible right in the middle here, and he's already made the transition to Colossi, 2 of them out on the field, and Cruncher looks like he's pretty much exactly where he likes to be.
No, absolutely. 3-base Protoss, as we said, very tough to deal with. I like what Vibe is doing though with the double expand. He knows he's going to need the larva. He knows he's going to need to catch up. Now, other players have been able to do significant air damage, and they still lose. I harken back to, it was, I believe, Naniwa versus Losira, where Naniwa opened up, killed plenty of drones, took out a couple queens, but Losira was still able to pretty much roll him with his Zerg army. However, this opening for Cruncher, very effective. Was able to delay a lot for Vibe. But you can take a look at the supply count right now. 148 to 148. Supplies are even. Colossus are on the field. And Cruncher just doing his best right now to secure his third. And he actually has a fourth going up as well. So feeling very safe right now.
Wow, that is a pretty... You don't often see that fourth base taken right now.
No, that's greedy, for sure.
By Protoss players here. And, well, it could work out well for Cruncher. There are going to be 90 drones on the field for Vibe. I guess only 68 probes for Cruncher, soon to be 71. So pretty typical counts there for the players at this stage. But Vibe would have loved to be there a little bit sooner. Doing the best he can to transition out of taking a lot of damage early on, getting some infestors, and if you look at the research or the construction tab, he's getting ventral sacks for his overlords. He just finished a baneling nest, and he's getting a lot of infestors out researching neuroparasite as well. So he's going to be able to fungal growth, Cruncher's army in place, drop banelings on top of the ground army.
Look at this, Vibe maxed out, 200 of 200, complexity Cruncher, 161 of 198. So Vibe putting all of his 300 plus APM to use, and really doing a phenomenal job. Morphing Banes now. I think Cruncher may have a false sense of security from all that air damage that he did do early on in the game, and I don't know if he's actually going to be prepared for the wrath of Vibe here shortly.
Yep, but Cruncher going to be patient, not going to push out and try to engage early. He's going to wait till he has that solid ball that he wants to have, it looks like. And Templar Archive actually just finishing now for Cruncher. Is he going to